Good evening, everyone. Ahan mamaktada MitSna sandokcharakliba Beyond the Door haina mingthoknjaba webinar asibu yingbiriba pumnamakpu MitSna gi maikaidagi Chitandala Rajkumarina taramna okchari. MitSna wakal manaba nahasingna Manipur gi education system bu global standard ta pukhatnaba hotnariba non-profit organization amani. Ngasi phawbada MitSna na education amadi career ga mari lainaba events amadi program kayamaru pakthokchakre. Makhatana asigumba events amadi program pangthokpa ngamnabagidamagta mayamdagi tengbang nijari. Ngasigi event Beyond the Door webinar haina mingthonjaba asisu Minungshi Foundation na tengbang birakpani. Masigidamagta Minungshi Foundation bo ngamkhay leitana thagatpa phongdokchari. Beyond the Door webinar program asi pangthokcharakpagi aroiba saruk oina ngasi Women in Science matik magun leire haina consider tawraba panelists mayam amaga khanajagani. Nupina science ki field da thangmingai mamangai matamdagi contribution yamna chawna tawduna lakli. Amasung society gi apikpa wakhalon gi ona tainabada nupi kaya amana scientific world da khungdaduna research amadi atop-atopa kaya ama tawduna lakli. Ngasi Beyond the Door webinar asigi kuthangdagi Manipuri nupisingna scientific world da kadai phawba khongdarage habidu khangmina hausi amasung makoising asidagi science amadi science ki akoibda leiriba knowledge mayam discuss tawmina hausi amasung experts singa karamba social issues thengnaraki thengnaraki habidu khangmina hausi maru oina science da karamba career line amadi research tawba yabgi habidu khangmina hausi. Akoina scientific world da excel tawre haina khanba yarabas experts sing akoigi line da connect tawduna leire mingmoina panjarabada Dr. Minki Achom, Dr. Grace Chongloy, Dr. Bijalaxmi Athokpam, Dr. Sangina Salam, Dr. Ranjita Sapam amadi Dr. Laxmi Laisang Themni. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. MitSna na program asigidamagta mayambu harau yawinaba na hairubada yamna enthusiastic oina mayam yabirakpaidamagta MitSna gi maikaidagi mayambu thagatpa phongdokchari ahanbada.
MitSna was a thank you.
Welcome, Haitar.
Okay. Viewers mayam haidi expert mayam sidagi khanglingba queries natraga hanglingba question mayam leiraga su comment section da drop tawbirao aikoi adum chichi mayam akoi expert mayam asina adum entertain tawjage. Chichi akoi session si hawba yari haina consider tawjarake ko. Mayam ready lainare ko chichi.
Sure.
Okay. Ahamba hawase hoy mayam gi self introduction macha amatang hana pibiyo haidi mayam da kana no viewers mayam hena masak khangbang amna bai damakta kitan amamatang pibiyo. Chichi Minki Achom dagi start tawbiro.
I Minki Achom I PhD UK da tawbirakadi adigi I was with postdoc from US da tawjari.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Lakshmi lay sang cham kawi sang cham kai digini I little flower school digi tamay I India da learning da I ophthalmology post graduation Manipal digi tawra matungda sida neurology residency tawraga zik Stanford fellowship laraga I anova job hogadori haitare. I'm really excited
Okay.
experience ngai haitare.
We're very happy to have you here. Mathangdana Che Grace amuk tawbiro.
Okay, hi everyone. Sige program da lakpiyaba yam harausari. Ahan da egi maitelon yam fluent oide adugi karang akpiu understand tobio.
I think everyone will understand. It won't be a problem. So please,
Okay.
easy feel tawbiro.
Okay. Manipur da ay kangpopi da gini. I finished my schooling from Hyderabad. Aduga DU the graduation the master's tawrame. Adumatung da IIC the plant biology the PhD tawrame. Hozig say Weizmann Institute Israel the postdoc tawrame.
Okay. Thank you. Mathangdana Che Sangina salam na mukang introduction macham ta tawbiyo che.
Hi, MitSna, Team MitSna bu sigi Women in Science ki programs organized over gi yamna thagatse. I ming Sangina Salam. I nandol dagini aduga yum banba uri pokta banbane. I India da learning at the Masters University of Mysore gi Department dagi Biochemistry da tawjare. Aduga PhD na Canada gi McMaster University da Biology da tawjare. Aduga postdoc na Rutgers University that I completed 4 years and ongoing like few more months and trying to wrap up my program.
Okay, we're happy to have you here. Mathangda Che Vidya Lakshmi.
Okay, hello everyone. I am Aidiming Vijaylakshmi. Aduga I Kurai Manipur Imphal lagini. Sorry, Kurai Imphal Manipur lagini. Aduga I schooling na tiny tots sa dum tawre haitare Kurai machawi pagi ko tiny tots sa adam na taw. Aduga graduation na Bangalore na tawre aduga aday masters to Pune University then IIC da PhD tawbne theoretical chemistry. And adui matungda huzig postdoc na equal normal superior ENS na Paris da postdoc for exam.
Okay, thank you very much, Che. Mathang Sidi Che Ranjita Nalushan Bureau self introduction Che.
Ay yiming MitSna madi yingbiro membo ay taram nagchuri musong krum chari. Ay yiming Ranjita ay popa kongman Imphal lagini. Duga ay na yung ban na yung nang hidrom makhalikay da bale. Ay masters power ay Manipur Imphal da tame MU da ay di schooling chu pesampata modern English high school da tawre. Adu degi graduation ay GP da tawre. Imphal da tawre. Di matungda ay Guwahati da chahi malarme pura project tawraga. Aduga matungda IIC da PhD tawrapani physics department da experimental atomic and molecular physics or da. Adugi matungda I travel a little bit. Okay. I postdoc na Korea da matung khalame aduga UK da chahi malayre. Adegi di Paris da chahi lerame Manipuri fellowship loina na adui matungda hozik Singapore ki Center for Quantum Technology da research fellow ina laitari.
Vibrant oiba background dagi lakpa Che ma'am hadi science ki tongan balamda postdoc PhD degree ma'am loin paibiraba mayam se ngasi unabagi tanja PBS yam nungaijay yamna thagatari ma'am bo mukahana. Che hoi ma'am dagi khangzaning base haidi akoi anamana we're trying to focus on science amadi koi social issues ma'am amalai mapina ta we ta dabe ade kanayam lai asi matang se kitang focus to minase discuss to minase ihan han bada aina ma'am dagi khangzaning se hojik Chichi hoi ma'am na hojik currently work tawrise kada kai da currently work tawbirige amadi chichi hoi gi career amadi research ko long term sna kai oidoino haiba simtang haibiyo first ay dum chemi ki dagi dum khangzer ki chichi chemi ki na hana dum haibiyo
I introduce yes the whole around the whole for I say yes is I agriculture to around the I masters plant ado planta dum lakprina I PhD plant science dum tore plant microbe interaction makal amni aduga hojiksu dum adu line da adum ai chakhisari tare adu taragasu aina PhD na tawdibadila akudi hawai amasung kahayima bacteria ga mari lei adu tawdu ai kidi asila kidi aluga kidi worm ko nematode kidi mabani interaction tawdibada consider among the disease parasitism which is aina tawdina symbiosis kana high aina parasite pambi yamana organism amadi karamna sisna aigi parasite oidabna aduna amana aigi beneficial oinana bagidamta aigona kananabagidamta sigi organismsna symbiotic organism na chingdadabna haibu kamaina pambisina decide tawge hatta aduna mtangda tawjayna
Okay. Thank you, Che. Mathang dadi Che Grace. Che gi su hai petang hai biramo hai de currently Che na hausi work tawduri se kai kai no aduga call na kai no habesu Che da game ta khangsa hoke.
ꯑꯩꯒꯤ main research interest ꯗꯤ flower development ꯗ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ broad category ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯅꯤꯡꯉꯦ ꯑꯩꯅ PhD ꯗ rice ꯗ ꯇꯝꯔꯝꯃꯦ flower ꯁꯦ ꯀꯔꯝꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯁꯦꯝꯔꯒ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯒꯤ fruit ꯀꯔꯝꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯐꯪꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯁꯦ ꯁꯤ Weitzman ꯗ for the past 3 years ꯑꯩ tomato ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯁꯤꯖꯤꯟꯅꯩ model system ꯁꯦ
Okay.
so hꯧꯖꯤꯛ what we're trying to understand is different plants, they all flower at different time. You have some plants that flowers in winter, some plants flower in summer, in spring. So what is this signal that they get that tells them that, okay, now you need to make flowers, now you need to remain as a vegetative or just make leaves. So this information is important because eventually we can modify the lessons that we learn from there, either into horticulture or agriculture. Adugi agi long-term research goals, and I really want to continue in the research field and probably or hopefully come back to Manipur because I think we have a lot of potential in Manipur, but maybe the infrastructure is not that great here. But I would really love to be a part of the community that builds a better infrastructure in Manipur and do really good science there.
Yeah, Chichai, Namna Chichi was mana learn it or Raga, Manipur, Laga, Tamzaruga Mayam, the use to Raga, Manipur, the Kanato, Laga, develop Mayam Togina, can be Besam no Ij. Thank you, Chichi, and Azubu, Kanato, we will give them Tagachari. Matang Sina, Chesanginagi, Matang the Suhapetangamo, Hybiro Chichi.
I PhD na C. elegans model the story ko. C. elegans model the Parkinson's disease ki model neurotoxic chemical dum bada expose tawraga dagi transgenic animals generate tawraganda adugi model do sizinaraga we were trying to establish chemical screening ko drug screening platform haitare ko microfluidics device. It's a fairly new system haigadra engineering people that diko yamna moida budi khangba aduga koi life science application many applications are there the C. elegans sizinaraga uziki microfluidics device how we can use it for identifying compounds to that can help in Parkinson's disease habit the tawre ai PhD thesis then for my postdoc, aging the like molecular mechanism in aging, partly like exercise can help aging. So what are the genetic modifiers? Exercise of the vida, like are there any genes that can help aging properly or aging healthier? Adugi area though, that's one part. Aging in general, and that's one part, and then our lab at the Rutgers, we had a very recent and novel discovery, like how the neurons remove the trash, neuron, the protein damage organelles, mayamama. The wagi C. elegans, the ama discovered the way lab. So we had a whole. I was in the team that was, part that was trying to figure out what is possibly happening in that new mechanism that we found out in the lab. So those two were my expertise and my experience in doing my postdoc. So right now, I'm trying to wrap it up because of my family problem. I'm trying to, I just came back to India, but I'm still holding the postdoc position. So doing like writings and all that stuff that I can do from India. So, and also trying to find opportunities here in India.
Yeah, we wish you that you find like opportunity phangbo oisino wish tawjari khoi MitSna gi site gi chiche. Mathang sina che Vidya Lakshmi ki turn mo kitang haibiro chiche gi su.
Hoi, yeah, samna haibagi try
Hoi kiche
tawgeko.
kesu gaide.
So I did a whole work including PhD at Tareko. It's more of quantum and computational
Okay.
chemistry. Like this is another field of chemistry where a computer sizinaraga aduga model sizinaraga akoina reaction model tauba adagi samna haibda ising de like water. The dynamics of water it varies in different environment. So see water ki dynamics study tauba aduga model mayam like hojik mathematics azu adagi computer science as well as chemistry sigi mix up na haitare adu moi mayam sizinaraga akoise reaction dynamics study taunaba hotnaba. So my PhD was more focused on hydrogen or proton transfer on various systems in water and in model system. And currently I use postdoc reason air water interface peptide bond formation the dynamics computer model molecular dynamics simulations study I hope I was like short.
Yeah, hoi akhoi site te su chiche successful review no wish tawjari chiche. Mathang sina chiche Lakshmi Leisang them chiche gi su kitang haibio chiche gi khojik research goal se kaino amadi kai long term goal lai ri ke do kai tawri ge su haibio chiche.
So I'm not basic science. I think whatever projects you guys are doing are amazing. I'm more clinical, so I the other laying at the ocular trauma study to me. But when I came here, but the interventional radiology, the changaga, there's a condition called idiopathic intracranial hypertension. Have the NPDM na common brain the pressure increase toraga, with the swelling toraga, vision sight mang bagi chance yam wang ba. The surgery options gi mahutta stent toraga, makha khong the changaga brain the stent hapulaga, the pressure measurements effective. Adugidi horakim lagi neuro-ophthalmology ki journey se adugidi hojik ay Stanford learning at the we're working on MS patients, especially hoyi no equipment moidi funding leibanina side the adaptive optics haiba instruments sizinaraga hoyi photoreceptors ki level the yenga MS patients the multiple sclerosis nava patient the kari hongakpa kari anoba we're finding new stuff, but I think it's a little bit limited to talk about it because of institutional stuff. So, currently it's about story, but in my new job, IE project, I'm trying to find my own new project, especially in higher mahana idiopathic intracranial hypertension, hypercondition, maram the henna study the American population, the obesity, it's a very good area to study. Professionally, in long term, I want to go into more leadership stuff, like association in North America, North American Neuro-Ophthalmology Society, American Neurology Society. So, the leadership I want to help more women grow up. I've seen a lot of strong women in my profession, and I think role models were really good, and I think it's very important. Personally, on my personal side, I'm an easygoing person. I like to spend my time with my daughter. I past training mga that I've always feel like fazenda matang bibida I want to make up for that and spend more time with her.
Hoi chiche na hojik work tauge na khanbiri dusu successful oishano aduga chiche na wish tawriba family sing spend hena time phangna spend tawraga laimina badusu koi phang oishano na wish tawjake ko chiche mathang sina chiche ranjita gi su haifetang samlapna kitang matik am tak panbiyo chiche gi research goal madi ke kaino haibasi sum tak panbiyo.
Hello. Tai ko mea.
Tai chiche tai makata biyo.
So I aina to say line hybrid smaina ko okay se matam hybrid say okay physics kinina been mainly based on metrology and quantum technology the based on matam hybrid say okay matam sige unit se time second amani dana akoina pung se akoina nomada pung kumari pung matam se kamaina on ge hai tari second ole ado second se mo akoina kamaina second se akoina on ge hai matam da second jam chumna on na definition akoina 1969 adwai da matam sigi definition tawra me pitri gi laiba me pung dinga yan naraba system of international na moina matam se define tawe matam se define tawe matam da second ama se moina 10 to the power 8 habidi tara da nipan habidi tara gi matung da 0 nipan hapaga adu baba chumna accurate oina define tawra me habidi second ama se adu ki saruk tu thokna on bangam na define tawra me ba moina adu pena cesium atoms dinaraga cesium atom ground state dinaraga these are something kitang di kind of tawra common mandri khangra adu matam se 10 to the power 8 chumba makai define tawra ba da hauzik mioi bana chawkhala pagi matungina kutta GPS parakpa adagi synchronization lakpa network mayan sa lakpa degi akoi hena chumba matam ama adudagi hena chumba matam on ba pam ebo ko aduidana kedoge da anova akoina laktoriba some decades adi chahi manga natra taragi matung soidana maki matamgi anova definition amala ane adudadi kyam chungdega hai tanda 10 to the power 14 hai tara sigi matung da 0 tara mari hi digit to babu chumane ba adudi soi mane kai gina matam da koina season na dori ba koina han define to the season na rami ba cesium gi je koina magi kaino se frequency de 10 power 8 ne ba adu hojik te koina optical transition ama hai ba gi atra de koina min uba mangan jing da light da koi machu lei da na ko yellow green aduga violet moi sing sigi machu sigi frequency de 10 power minus 4 10 to the power 14 ne ba koi gi frequency de hertz da adu gi level uba ba chumma ne ba aduna adu chu matung da mu mi bisna pen ban nai da banina adu de gi se na chumba mu pa me ba koina to ise hozi aduna akoigi akoina kyam yamna chumna kyam yamna toba ngamge haibase akoina khalliba element akoina define to matamda aina haigi mamangda 1969 taramba matamda cesium element seasinaramena adu hoji anoba toropasadi kai toroke da akoina element akoigi periodic table da chemistry like the tamina akoina lithium hydrogen mayam tambado adu gi da mayam sig manungda tribiki mafam da leba mi element khara khallaga akoina laser cool to we have the laser in the thing season naraga makoi inhalaga koi temperature se makoi temperature se koina nano kelvin ga hade koina mina khangnari ba koina hozi lai room temperature se koina inge ga high se 20 adwaina ga oil aduna taba koina 0 kelvin da lakna ba adu haina inhalaga matunda makoi gi properties inga kanda ni ko mi se koi inga su tabli dana mai to dana atom in agandri masama thanda leirane ba topa mi gi influence perturbation ke kas leiroi ba aduma khoi se koina vacuum elegant leita ba hang ba funrang environment ma create taraga moi se trap tarani dana atom na tara ion se aduga koina moi se studies to doine ba aduna nangna seasonary ba element karamba element season nei haibu gi makha su pole aduga nana karamba transition nana karamba transition season na bage haibu gi makha pole ba haidianti nana karamba man light ki machu khalli natraga magi karamba transition na di mana ground state excited state le hadi karamba frequency khalli haibu gi makha pole adugo ain hozi work to university akoi gi pitri gi manung de leiba me asa akoi ketang center for quantum technology singapore de tang toba akoi gi ion makhanam kham le hadi element makhanam kha magi maming se lutetium se ista aduna akoina hoji plan tawisna akoina pamisna ngasai gi 10 to the power 14 jadi adum piraga leirabanina akoina pamise 10 to the power minus 19 yowna bachat pudune ba hadi tara duda kogi power se 18 yoro ko tara mari de 18 dubu ne ba adu step mayama male akoina kamaina yowdagi mathang tawdoine adu gi the systematic the external perturbation haitare akoina mapandagi mangonda akaiba pidanaba adagi kamai to ma se kwaidagi clean the system ama phangade ka haibdo aduma adugi ma process man aduma tore ade atopa mana hajil yang kana to haitare ko quantum technology da to se kaino da apart ama se kaino da wena satellite noi satellite thagali na do thagat pasida satellite masa se thagat pa nattaba nano satellite ano ko satellites na kina thak ma tan da mangonda kina khaw ma puraga angangi laikam sabda khaw ni banu lai ma hapseli da adwain to na satellite cho bujim sat da ina satellite macha si ma hap khido ne ba macha si gi manu bina koi hanagi instrument kina cho bo saram ba sing stay koi na miniaturize tawraga pikhal laga akoi inside ko kitang disina yade koina call atom ge experiment BEC gumba tongna vida makta koina frequency reference na koini laser source ama saba ma daka dai ko adu bidu study na ba hojiki se is satellite da hapsil lani adu launch to ba ama adu gi project tumaga ani je hoji work tawrisi aina khandaga kitang dirude mare
hoi kitang hoi layman na khoi gumba da kitang haidi kitang difficult hoina thoe adubu mayam atopa mayam amadi interest
na hairagi aduga amana de tungge koina GPS kumba je satellite gi la ini na mai to na signal do thagalaga koina kamaina satellite ama connect to hangani aduga satellite gi image to kamai pagani adu satellite gi manung da kamaina apikpa koina nano quantum technology the based over nano device to kamaina sa ga hap kani kamai studies to adu gumba da studies
hoi thank you chiche haidi inspire atopa mayam amda akoi atopa layman akoi da khang da boy tar so khang ma mayam amna yamna nungairangani na khale chiche na dugum da research involved tawraga tawbiri se ko chiche hoi mayam deeper question makha chathadringe yamang da hozik akoi COVID-19 gi pandemic se hozik whole world da loimak thoe loimak effect loin lay na consider tawjei ko aduna mayam gi chichi hoi mayam sina work tawbu matam da kai effect lay ge dum normal oibra natraga chichi hoi na tawtharibe research post or whatever loimak tawris da effect kamaina karam mong da effect lay ge habadu su khangja hoge aduga ai first chichi grace tagi handak chichi grace tagi hana khangmina si kamai na effect tawi natraga dum tawdabra normal dum chatbra habadu su
Okay. Israel see the COVID cases see around between March to May yam cases yam wang khatlame adu matam the full lockdown labne although it was full lockdown akoi gi lab se mi yam dabanina and since we work on plants since we need to take care of it so we all came under the category of essential workers adu akoi de dum lab the yam normal oina lae but we had to maintain social distancing and every day we need to get our temperatures checked. So I think I would say compared to others, my work was not affected, but because the chemical warehouses were shut down, we suffered a little bit in kind of getting supplies for chemical reagents, but otherwise work wasn't affected.
Work effect even though the COVID cases were high, plan ka relate to banina, you still continue with your work. Okay, that's really glad to hear that your work was not affected. Next, I want to know from Bijya Lakshmi.
So hoi affected tawi ko but ako'y na theoretical oy na computer dagi access to ba yai na server but for people who do experimental jobs March April was the very strong lockdown period haitare ko aduda anam mana work from home loina pi even people experiment over kanguba work from home lo mp aduna moi work sing je haidi moi experiment over kangu de khangam ni ko moi study tawgadaba cells culture tawgadaba adegi even people working on rats moi lifeline continue tawgadaba moi di yam effect oi moi di because a 2-month setback is like almost a 6-month setback in your timeline ko aduga theoretical kangudi effect tawde adu hai taragasu environment se yam tongala hai tare lab to tawbaga yum da tawbaga there is a lot of difference aduna khari effect hai but we have to keep working hai tare adum tawdabdi yadamina adum tawe aduna oi taragasu ado we continue to
yam
work with
thina
that.
effect to 100 oi taraga su dum thabak to
Hoi.
chi hoi dum continue to well pura lepa khotpadi leite ba ko
Later.
hoi mathang se che sangina gidi kamaina tawge haibu su haibiram mo haibet
ꯑꯩꯒꯤꯗꯤ ꯍꯣꯏ lockdown ꯇꯧꯕꯁꯦ I mean it has both sides. Like first thing is because of the lockdown, ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯁꯨꯝ experiment ꯇꯧꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗꯀꯣ it's hard to balance both writing and doing experiments. ꯂꯦꯞꯇ ꯆꯠꯄꯒ ꯍꯜꯂꯛꯑꯒ ꯋꯥꯔꯅꯤ ꯏꯒꯦ ꯈꯜꯂꯒ ꯉꯝꯗꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯝꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯂꯩꯕꯗꯣ. So lockdownꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯅ꯭ꯌꯨ ꯖꯔꯁꯤꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯉꯩ ꯀꯥꯟꯗꯨꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯅ꯭ꯌꯨ ꯌꯣꯔꯛ ꯅ꯭ꯌꯨ ꯖꯔꯁꯤꯒꯤ highly it was worst affected by around March ꯀꯣ aduna adum kan lockdownse howdripaga we started writing we started writing all the data that we have compiled together and I think we end up working like even more than what we were supposed to.
gidi yam kana ba phangre ba ko haidi kana ta hawda ba myam do matam time se yam kana ba phangre ba
like you mind the zoo saigi okay I don't have to worry to go to the lab haibdu lairamnina like focus so fazana matam du phangibado adugi oigre adagidi at the same time I conference ama cha tawba laibaneba ko adugi conference to cancel tore adagidi kind of disappointed I conference the talk session phangba adagidi I was expecting something out of it I thought they cancel tore. But then at the end, the conference ended up having, we ended up doing the conference online. Aduga, conference attendance, it was free for everyone from different countries. It was like, the attendees online conference. So I had a wider audience for my presentation. So that was also a good thing. And then adugi mayam dolo isakapadi like akoigi coronavirus ki situation lo kitang control tawrakpadagi dum lep chatpa horeba. Not everyone was allowed, but like my boss, even she selected few people who will go to the lab. So we did everything like social distancing, disinfecting, and they give masks all the time. Excuse me, and then sign up on the calendar who is going to be there in the lab at a particular time. Yamna overcrowded or something. The one person, one room, the mind policy. Then experiment me am tawrame since there was less demand in the experimental supply and management, whatever I wanted they will give me. So it was a really good time. Like machine anything available on the downside I have a 20 months old baby and my husband they both live in Bangalore. So before the coronavirus, we had our own system to support the family. Daycare thamba dagi yung gisu like amaina ay laitrabanina who is gonna take care of the things that we need for maintaining a family. Dugumba sing do hana koi support system cleaning kang de ama kang de mayam de lairameba ko. But then Bangalore the India the masing hangalakpadagi that system just collapsed like. I daycare closed off Sangre, but my husband still has to work. And also like yung maintenance, he helper lamba, maid lamba since going talk. So it became really heavily affected on my husband, like taking care of the baby as well as the family. Adu la haitare ko adu isu la amina isu sigi situations later target I could have stayed there and continue my work. I mean I'm still doing it, but like I could have been still in at Rutgers right now and continue to do whatever I was doing and completely finished. Like instead of leaving it in the before it wrapping up I had to rush kind of. So adumina to na sa tawsanda ma tawrakanda is flight fangdaba ama tawdaba tawda it adds a lot of attention to already as coronavirus the problem of labor the CG problems and I am highly affected on the other end. So I guess it's both like I try to use the best out of it, but also like it affected our lives. Thank you.
Hoi. Haidi pros and cons animak like thengnagre si che di COVID-19 gi pandemic si che da. Okay, mathang na che Lakshmi gi da di karam bana hena haidi pros na hen gibra cons na hen gibra adusu khangjagi che.
I would say like it's very hard to say, but very similar. Sanginagi experience ka iga dum
Right.
kara mane haitare, but except that I'm clinical, so aduda katang kena bala I haitare. I actually I in a fellowship to Bukanda. I was actually doing my residency before in the East Coast. Philadelphia the Laramie. My husband was working about 2 hours away, and he used to drive every day 2 hours in the
Okay.
morning and 2 hours in the afternoon. Adudagi akoi hoga my visa na tawdana yadadana aina Stanford chatkanda ai tonda hana chatle adigi ai board certification hek loibaga ai daughter do kana California da puraga ai nak mu leire dana kano hit torokanda COVID ne hit torokanda we were all together in California, but you know, hoi India gi de hoi visa da lak pani ne yam wide situations in me am like hangani ai husband H1 da moved to be adre na support later na my HR na phone to aga nang da thabak to be yara na haira hoi halaga atunga na mug leire support se khara wai haite hana di babysitter ma pung amamug la amane evening da adasu lak bayadre ai parents help to gina la aga moi so unfortunately hit tor padi ai dinuti patient yeng bani na COVID nung da any sada I'm scared. I don't want to give them anything. So I use my brother not to learn to na thado khraga duna aham bade am war me like trying to live it to live in the even online the tobo kang busu delivery mata ni kan da phar eta ba loi thoki ba delivery to bina ba litaba duna ai brother ne he mar ta leraga thinbir amba gumba digi aina sa kan da click mar ta chelaga ai site on the leiru ba gumba adigi kadang hikala ai digi kano thabak da hierarchy it was I think very good on one way that akoi telemedicine pusalakpadagi yumdagi thabak to bula gadra kra patients and say yumdagi kano phone dagi natraga video dagi zoom dagi tawra toba it was very challenging ahan noiba crowd yam yawa ai population da na Parkinson's kumba na dul toba phone pai pai to patient to pai to ba na adu tak pa adu reach out toraga pung amagi appointment na pung ama makhai gumba sangdokhiba it was a big challenge but at least possible do eduga adudagi screen to thoga isana personally week manungda 1 or 2 days laga like live patient yeng ba koi mit ki yeng banina video da yeng ba yadamina hana screen to thoga then soiba adugumba kangbu do han amu clinic to pusalakpa tar but publication ki matang da hierarchy it was helpful but you know as a single mom like it wonda da hotna bani na ai husband so lakpa yadam na
Oh, yam wana fact yam kay hain ithan the single hot na pa hena wagi ko research ki line da di ke su apan ba like itraga so hena time phangaga su atopa da issue ma da awaba ma
time
phang
bani na ai daughters se kitang khara mai khara piki iter oi ba na evening na pung ahum mari changi ma tum halaga matung da pung tara matung da thabak to na ta di there's no way you can get time during your daytime other challenging so I was only able to get in one publication the other one I had to give up ngamdatna ai visa matang da hoje kan Stanford gi sida homework pa da challenge ato am leki ai aham India da la kina residency chang ba da khoi student visa da lebani na amu on thok da ba ya da ba gi amu India han da ya da ba gi question ato ba la na India should like shut down taraga yamna dilemma am da lei da hai tara aduna ai fellowship lora ko matam da last few weeks manungda matang change taraga lawyer wari tanaraga hana moina Canada da flag polling haibra border da thousand laga thodo mu haire dige da sumu pakhale adi kona ya adu Canada na refuse to re dige India su chapu yadre dige kamai taro toni then finally I visa extend to yadre so I had to go to Mexico City I brother though, especially my brother, he had a green card, so he was able to go with me. But I husband su my visa do H visa we bagi among Trump na mapan thokpa ya da bagi rule mo hapsale. It was quite crazy, but ultimately chalure hale matam di COVID na oy na I starts this July 1st or gadam na dun loy na thingdera padagi 31st on gadna I got some time to kind of move so I husband so serious yes the huzik late I told na I'm very concerned about childcare because moi school hangdoni hai the school hangdoga mu loi handora aga mu shut down to hari thabak ta mu affect ni yum da angang lobin ba mu le roi. So it's a big dilemma. I'm still trying to figure out, but you know, we don't have an option. I think I'm still.
I wish that about the ocean on its wish story had the announcing so came to talk about what the one wish tells her and mathang Chiranjita gidi kamana tawge Singapore se the effect yamna tawbi curiosity na
Mo handle and present away na yang
Okay.
kana worry kuninga late adagidi shopping day ka hai ta su out away duga lockdown to matanda mapanda nang lebe adagu tane do nang everything accessible or adum lab chat pa du khoi gi lab da shut down to give an experiment oi banina logically house over recover to ngamri thani ki tane shut down to do du adum house hangale shift the lab chatle from morning something angang su like tam chatle there is no problem I think mukhoy protocol am pazana I think there nakhoi si follow to gudam ni have ma instruction yam pazana pi anduna temperature update toba you have like you have to enter what you are doing and nang assess to di nang hana adopt permission loba the anga school the chat pa drop out everything they take care of I think they make very strict and huge rules other rules to follow up that di you are jailed or you are deported I think Singapore does very well now dum koi ba chit pa ke ka dum yare hasikan thaba dum chana chatle du shift ta chapa du kakne tai di dum thabak ti yum nagi subata ne we have to there are lots of meetings we do online and then the conference like man sanginan have we do conference kumbadi dum online de zoom de present to mana loi to we do meetings kumba organize am to hasigan di everything going online jung ngare office to chala so we never talk to our professor we just have to communicate online and everything I think office to me missing handa hale everything is under control that's fine
Okay, hadi kasi yung effect tawgi diba online de loy na mag na bani na adum control la lay
yeah explain
but thank you very much Hoy, nungaijay mayam na kamay na pandemic se kamay na cop up tori hai base adagi koi research work ta kamay na effect tawi taw din khang basam nungaijay mathang isina kitang science lom da muk laksel lage chichi hoi geina science as a career khan gi base kai incentive lai ki badai no kai do bagi khan bi kre no hai base gi matang da amtang khangjaningi and I would like to start from Che Sangina first.
Science ki career se ka I mean or like when we started schooling parents as like they don't really have a very clear vision of what they are advising us to do or like they more think like oh let them have a job as soon as they can sort of thing. So adum science say like science is still like growing fast and changing like rapidly. So adui matam ji su dum like dum koi parents na su science na phani kind of mind dum interest to bito adu dagi lak bani ko adu once BSc tamakanda di ko BSc tamakanda da ina hostel da iba kanda adagi aigi brother elder brother say he was also doing his master's in zoology. So mana su dum already still good later bani na ko some guidance to a lot of mentorship from him. Mana dum like with your caliber dum PhD line to ngamni edu to ngamni the postdoc is one option kaina dum person takpi bado aduna su haitare I wonder haitare like my mind was just focused on that and I kind of just end up like continuing my career in this line aduga like once I was in PhD I started a lot of exploring things, attending meeting. And also, I don't think we have events and stuff like that, discussing different kind of career options and stuff like that. So I know once started my PhD, I'll try to attend all different kind of events related with career on campus. Do like panel like pharma company, biotech company, academic I mean, I was not, my mind is not set with like one particular thing. I'm open to options. Adumaina tawrakandudai like exploring different opportunities. What are the options? So there are plenty of things that we can do with career in science and also for the life sciences. So it's not necessarily like the traditional form of like being a professor or like it's that's mostly what people try to get into. But like there are different other alternative options also that you can do with the scientific degree. Ado hazanin.
Okay, Chichi. Mathangsina, Che
Okay,
Lakshmi,
I
why
will
did you
give you
choose
a new
this,
one.
your career in science? Why did you
What
choose? Kay
color?
incentive like you choose to no have so happy
Yeah, so samna haibada khise graduation torapakanda general science lorapayina ko there ajuda nangi subject karamba channe and which career you would like to proceed aduga haidi karamba field na nangi compassion do adudo karamba na ihen hedli see eventually during your graduation and for some people during their masters like me so identify to bungam ko the aina chemistry theoretical chemistry je yam pamjagi ba haitare adagi adum changapane but I want to clear a misconception in general people have haidi mi singna PhD chatpa kanda research chatpa kanda mi anamna hairapase sorry nui se like the tau ko like the pale ko like the pale the waramani haidi research haraga meaning that right pa ba khatang khalle heba
Correct.
adu but that is so not true research is all about working towards your career towards a set goal haidi tauninge ba nang na research natraga kari sina si tawse kari madam gi no haibagi thigat ningba curiosity aduna research sobuneba so if somebody is interested if somebody is compassionate about doing something studying more then they come into research aduga so I want the anamara thingarapod haibani da haidi like the tawle no di like the pabada yararoi na haibado haidi it's a very false misconception just to clear that aduga I did chemistry dum khara pamjaba haitare theoretical chemistry se and fortunately I masters of loiba kanda so hek loiba dum phange ko aduga adum continue tawbane so it's like the compassion for the subject that is what made me took up a career in science.
Okay, thank you. Heidi, sorry. Mathangda Che Lakshmi dagi mo kitang tang samlop na Heidi matam jam na limited oy bani na I am broadly di khangningi adu yaraga di kitang tension na kitang short oy na Heidi chi sawya de ko matam na ni ai su yam ai dang na te viewers mayam su hena kan deepo changning ngam gani na khanje do waro bi ya
I'm fairly high tires. I mean, like,
Sorry, I know
I'm
among the talk.
Oh, no. Class 12 or the medicine, I'm something beginning. I mean, I had a lot of pressure from my parents. So that's how I went to medicine. To be very honest, that's what the trend in Manipur is and in India is.
Okay.
Ophthalmology kan bazu, it's not about what I wanted. It's just about what rank you get. But after ophthalmology, I IRDA research, interventional radiology chankanda. That's when I really wanted to figure out, like with my background in neuro-ophthalmology, there are not a lot of neuro-ophthalmologists. North America, the only 300 like state of Connecticut, like it's very hard to find a neuro-ophthalmologist. So that's how I ended up here. It's that simple.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. We are happy to know that. Mathangda Chiranjita.
Asengdi ko adum like sa tum pa ba nungai ba haitare aduga adum di equation ga holaga adum tongning ba degi instrument degi just experiment tawraga nungai ba result na na pamba do tawraga haidi kaino ma tawraga experiment ama tawraga proof tawa hangbagi nungai ba do adu do na like to paraga question ama de anka ma holaga na wanda nungai ba ma di phawina abino result to ma makanda so result to verify tawna ba experiment tawi haidana adugumba mayamdudagi asengli adune aigi curiosity de aduga aina PhD tawa matamda aina sigi field se khani matamda akoi se IIC da chalaga orientation tawe noi kai kai lab apamba khan yai interview tawar matung ai select tawar kanda ꯑꯗꯩꯗ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯂꯦꯕ ꯆꯪꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯏꯟꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯨꯃꯦꯟꯁꯦ ꯑꯁ ꯂꯦꯕ ꯏꯟꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯨꯃꯦꯟ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯎꯕꯗ ꯑꯩꯁꯦ ꯐꯦꯁꯤꯅꯦꯠ ꯇꯧꯋꯦꯕ ꯑꯣꯀꯦ if I could have control all this and if I could have do some experiments out of this ꯑꯗꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯇꯥꯔꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯉꯣꯟꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯝꯕ fascination ꯇꯧꯕꯗꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯗ ꯇꯝꯃꯛꯄ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ even though in IITs we will not see those kind of instruments ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯇꯦꯛꯅꯣꯂꯣꯖꯤꯗ ꯅꯪ ꯇ꯭ꯔꯦꯟ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯦ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯇꯥꯡꯅ ꯐꯪꯉꯦꯕ ꯏꯟꯗꯤꯌꯥꯒꯤꯗꯁꯨ ꯏꯚꯟ ꯏꯟꯗꯤꯌꯥꯗꯗꯤ ꯂꯦꯕ खर खक्तनेबा मतम द लेम से अनि हुम अदु अखोई लेब अमा अनि खक कुंबा दनेबको सुंबा लेब लेसे अदु दना अइंगोंदा अखोई देगी फील ओजादना तोबा फील मतम द माना बोस आइंस्टाइन कंडेंसेशन तौदोइने हाय ओजान हाइदी स्टेट ऑफ द मैटर ने बहम अदु साबा अदु गंदा अइंगोंदा हाइद हाय बसिंग से अइंगोंदा लोइना फैशनेट तौबा अइने लोइना पामजबा ngaktaनेबा ai adu wa heavy khangyo because it's experimental demanding mentally physically you have to be there in the lab aduna akhoi ojana ahanbada harame aw ma 9 dagi 6 pok la ona ahanba akhoi chang mata chahi made ade khalega ke hare 24/7 you guys have to be in the lab hai mata de mosu satra de chin gine na kai sanda hai da bado mana to edu tasu I really love what I did I really like what and I enjoy what I'm doing so I dum nungai na adum ai hi apam du ne hai tar aina to ise
ꯍꯣꯏ ꯃꯌꯥ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯕ ꯂꯥꯏꯟꯗꯨꯗ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯁꯛꯁꯦꯁꯐꯨꯜ ꯑꯣꯏꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏ ꯇꯥꯔꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯕ ꯄꯣꯠꯇꯨꯗ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯄꯦꯁꯟꯅꯦꯠ ꯑꯣꯏ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯄꯥꯝꯖꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯗꯔꯀꯥꯔ ꯇꯥꯏ ꯆꯤꯆꯦꯅ
ꯍꯣꯏ
ꯑꯗꯨꯁꯨ
ꯑꯗꯨꯅꯦ
ꯐꯪꯉꯒ
ꯑꯩꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ
ꯇꯧꯕꯅꯤꯅ
ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯄꯥꯝꯖꯕꯗꯣ ꯇꯧꯔꯒꯅ ꯑꯩꯉꯣꯟꯗ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯖꯩ ꯑꯩ ꯑꯦꯛꯁꯄꯦꯔꯤꯃꯦꯟꯗꯣ ꯊꯥ 6 ꯇꯧꯔꯁꯨ ꯆꯍꯤ ꯑꯃ ꯁꯨꯡꯇꯥ ꯇꯥꯗ꯭ꯔ ꯇꯥꯔꯁꯨ once you got something like you're so happy ꯅꯪ ꯆꯍꯤ ꯑꯃꯒꯤ ꯅꯪꯒꯤ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯖꯃꯟꯗꯣ ꯅꯪ ꯔꯤꯖꯜꯇꯣ ꯐꯪꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯅꯪ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯒꯤ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯗꯣ ꯂꯣꯏ ꯀꯥꯎꯔꯅꯦꯕ ꯅꯪ ꯑꯍꯤꯡ ꯀꯌꯥ ꯇꯨꯝꯈꯤꯗꯕꯅꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯨꯁꯨ ꯀꯥꯎꯔꯅꯦꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯗꯤ ꯅꯪ ꯔꯤꯖꯜ ꯎꯕꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯗꯤ
ꯍꯣꯏ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯐꯦꯁꯤꯅꯦꯠ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒ ꯏꯁꯥꯒꯤ ꯂꯥꯏꯟꯗ ꯆꯪꯈꯤꯕꯁꯤꯅ ꯍꯦꯟꯅꯁꯨ ꯁꯥꯏꯟꯁꯀꯤ ꯂꯥꯏꯟꯗ ꯈꯣꯡꯗꯥꯈꯤꯕꯁꯤꯅ ꯍꯦꯟꯅꯁꯨ
ꯍꯣꯏ
ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯔꯝꯒꯅꯤꯅ ꯈꯟꯖꯩ
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯁꯣꯁꯥꯏꯇꯤꯗ ꯀꯟꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯕ꯭ꯌꯨꯠ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯉꯝꯕꯗꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯁꯨ ꯐꯩ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯄꯥꯝꯕꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯁꯨꯝꯕ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯦꯇꯣꯃꯤक क्लॉककी ꯑꯗꯒꯤ क्वांटम टेक्नोलॉजी सिंगापुर की सेंटर्स खंगिनेबा हाइतारी पृथ्वीदा there are only few centers which are working in this field and अखोई एशियादा एशियाददी सिंगापुरदा लेबा सेंटर फॉर क्वांटम टेक्नोलॉजी ना इहान हांदोबने चही तराबु फाद्रे बती निपान मुक्तंगारे सेंटर्स लापा अदुइदुना हाइतादी स्पेसिफिक अखना सेंटर सिदा तौरिबा ट्रेनिंग मैम से इंडिया आदि स्पेसिफिक of the country खरा खतंगदा choose to फंगबनेबा अदुना kitangdi masi application natragana if you want to go back to India you have to adjust and you have to find your way but while you are working here or while you are training it's really excited aduna mabamlei nangna samudragi kenodo feel to gaita di wave to if you want to feel the wave then you should be in the ocean nado aduna hojiki feels the growing feels the kamaina tawri ni myam ne kamain tongnari habdo adugidi am nungai
Okay, thank you very much. We are very happy to know that. Mathadana Cheminki di kaidobagi choose togrino have the so Cheminki so hapetan haibiramo.
I am the biochemistry is I'm interested or as I go in the line, I mastered I was not really happy with the kind of research that I did or the kind of research exposure I got in my master's. I amukahena krahena afaba mafam amada natraga krahena research intensive oiba jaga amada ai tawningiba aduna ai adumain tawraga ai PhD da changhangibini but adubu si lambi sida tum changakpadagi matungina ai su isai thandada aigi pamjaba jisu ai change tawrpa adagidi aigi pamjaba hana si pamame hai taraga su aduda stick tawraga lektaba ai adum hojik adum faujai ka samna harabda ai molecular biology biochemistry da pamga hojara taragasu aina PhD da tawrpa matamdadi aigi research to it's like both combination of web skill da bioinformatics skill da lae aduna more into genomics ka computational lom da chansal if aina ngasai aigi research ki matang da biological relevant oina haija gi taragasu computer gi keno singje yawbu sum hosale ba ko aduna ai hojik ai hayo hai taragadi I am it's like I feel really excited ki aina India la lepa matamda biology ama tamakpa matamda natraga biological process ama aina gyan ta na hona pa matamda computer gi darkar oirpa yaina natraga computer amana simulate tawraga natraga even algorithm ama iraga process se khoina kaya yamna kamaina um kahini understandable way haigadra natraga sorry um khara I think complex or biological process to akoina computer gi keno mateng ama pangaga sum adong nakalom site gi su akoi explain to wi aina habze I kasam kana khangte ba aduna I sumaina evolving ai interest is yamna ai nungaizai aduga kind of exposure that I get sisu ai yamna any pamjai adudagi sum sanghan gibdai sum sanghan gibdai hojik yo gibna hata
Okay. A new experiment experiment tong ningo bodagi changsan gi bane ko. Am nungai smaina experiment or ano pam bodagi henna deeper interest pi gibna have sam nungai. Matan na che grace chong loy we want to hear from you hai ti che su kamaina step in tau ki science da have su che gi so hai petang hai bira mo che.
Grace mute Torman.
Ta wo ma le che.
Okay. So, like all students growing up in Manipur, I think my parents also wanted me to be a doctor. But after I finished my 12th, they pushed me to coaching institute, and I strongly rebelled against that because I knew that I can't. I don't see myself working in an environment where there is a routine and set timings. So,
Okay.
a graduation tamba chakre, and after graduation, again, the push was for administrative services, IAS. And again, I said, I don't want to be working under
Yeah,
somebody.
that's the trend of Manipur. I
So,
can say that.
I finished my
Medical
master's.
engineering, not mathang da UPSC and exam trend na kalle.
Yes, exactly. So, and always you get hear comments that you're good in studies, maybe you should go and appear for UPSC. I mean, that's not the whole criteria of looking for a career option. So when I did my master's, I really was kind of not even familiar with the research fields. But then during my master's, I did it in zoology. I started talking more and more with my classmates, and one of my friend, Megha, she really influenced me to do research in the sense that when we talked about and discussed the assignments that we get, the way we discussed was more like, how did this came about? How did they find about? So it kind of instilled in me curiosity, and I'm by nature a very nosy person. So I think I was like, I found my calling. So I took a break here after a master's. I worked in a call center. So for those of you who all think that studies are going to be like very hardcore, and if you have to be in research, you have to be a very studious person, nothing like that. So I worked in a call center for about 6 months, and I prepared for IISc because I knew that if I want to do research, I really wanted to be in IISc. And at that time, PSR, GRF was also a big thing because if you have that scholarship, that ensured that you get into many of the higher education systems in India. So I prepared for my CSR, got GRF, and at the same time cleared my IISc exam. And I still wanted to do something in developmental biology. I did not want to do it in the biochemistry because I'm very poor in biochemistry. I wanted genetics and developmental biology. When I came to IISc and I got through my interviews and I was assigned a lab, I thought I will work on animal biology. And then I suddenly got assigned to plant biology. Again, this was like a huge 180-degree turn for me because I knew nothing about plants except for maybe some taxonomy lessons that we have in BSc. So I was very unsure. And in my PhD, again, I had a female guide. My PhD supervisor was a lady. And she is also a very strong influence and a role model for me. And it goes in line with today's discussion as well. So she told me that like it does not matter when you do your research because what you need is a curious mind and how you form a goal or an objective, ask the questions. The systems that you use, whether it be plant or animal, it's just a model system. The question, your techniques, the experimental approach, everything is going to be the same. Then once I started working on plants, I really loved it. So I think, yeah, I'm going to stick with plants. Yeah. So, and again, yeah, yeah, plants.
Yeah, please continue to do so. Please break the stereotyping. Ako is man stereotype na break the woman mayam ako Manipuri woman of Manipuri thing na basta am nungay kali. I think it inspired me also and it will inspire numbers of viewers out there. Makatara ko si Makha tarakpasi chichi, I will not ask the question to like personally direct oina hangjarage. Let's discuss on one topic because the time is very limited. So I think it will be better for us to do in that way. So the topic would be like women in science haiba akoigi the theme of our webinar si taba matamda chichi kay phawbige like kay matang no kay haiba ma kay no madi hek taba the topic se taba kay nom di filter angani na kanjay ba the kay opinion lay natraga kay nena khalbige haiba di matang da samlap na discussion mayam dagi tongmina se
Okay.
everyone
Di ay wan na khang adi si
Hoi.
topic nupi na research so bahai chare nang tum chatte ne akoi ai gi in my case nang lab ta mapan dagi na nipan bo te tum chatte ne ko always ate hen na hen ne ba adu tadi na family life like kan nang kamai to ne na adum lakra adu ti dadi nupi mas ai na ai gi wakhan nupi mas success o hai tadi ma gi husband gi support se my family support se 100% lagi ne ba ade atopa mana अखोई इंडिया ददी अना खितंग मणिपुर सुंगारे अखोई मेंटालिटी से उस चेंज तो बता कावेबा अइना आई क्लास है पेरिस तक को मतंदा आफ्टर 5 months गवर्नमेंट लोइना एवरीथिंग टेक केयर बाय गवर्नमेंट ओके आई केम टू द थिंग दैट ममांग द ने वाइना थिंग से and I anang se bokta kaino da hospital the bokta the hospital the 5-star hospital hotel mo da dum ko hale dum everything aina security wina teba aduna sigumba se kai government na initiative laweba adagi nang tha ahum meraga ai angang thambam child care isabu de na thire du matam ma'am facilities ma'am am laiba aduna nang hayeng there are fellowship rights many fellowships which you can apply and adugumba sigumba kai initiative society ba social initiatives in a chance tawraga mi singse nanga hali nanga science pa maga science lo pam daga na tawni mathaba bi taw ya ba adugu nupi da freedom diba aduga nupi gi career se growth han gai ta postdoc kumala kuma tandi nupi se angang ko pa aduga adum macha leiba khot pa ka tar e badu matandi adu kan the full support system the ecosystem the fata di the women can be anywhere at any field there is a hanganingai like ba support system ko kuma tai ni mangke adegi kenana haiba yes I forgot her name. Lakshmi na hai bado. My support what pa gineba. Support se what tadi support se kena to tadi. Mangunda pressure la ero hidek la ero everything adu tadi thabak su smooth ito nga mani angang su kagana healthy na la ero ni adu na akoy na hozi ay na pambadi akoy na su contribute to get but what we can do is that society ki mindset se change to raga keno se accommodate to na ba sa kulay ba society ko is mai na accommodate to ni government na kay to bayay adegi family ni kay to bayay have since ay to haning masamag su pamjab tare na mama pamjab to de dam success oy ni na khale
I think that's very true. Yeah, Jubin, hi Tara. I mean, I wouldn't have reached here in this state if it was without my husband and my parents. I
then support 100% I would say.
Yeah, visa from my parents it was impossible. I would have never got it. No one in Manipur knew how to do the paperwork. And my parents had to go sit in front of the minister's house for long, long hours. Adigi si or kanda ay husband pung ani thautar. So it was very hard. And still now like pung mga thauraga every weekend even when I was in Stanford, he would come every month like he wouldn't eat anything in the flight, but he was still
so ako'y paperwork am the college things edum yung dagi support adagi ako'y relatives adu uncle kaka ay tadi a minister gi mayum do unag do ba adu idi secretary telo do adu mayam si takatar eba adu na ecosystem ama hadi supporting ecosystem
yeah, I think that's very important.
Yeah, I would also like to.
Okay.
Sorry. First come. So I just would like to add something more to what you said. Like, it's really true that family supports the yamna important oye. And for all you men listening to the program right now, one day you will be your brothers, elder brothers, younger brothers. Right now, one day you will become fathers, uncles. So to the women in your family, it really is important how much you support them in what they want to do, because although we women support each other, when the support comes from men as well, it inspires a lot of confidence in us. And I know this personally because whatever I am today right now, I think I will place all the credits to both my mom and dad, and especially to my dad. So because he, right from the when I was young, he used to say it as a joke, like, "Hey, you don't have to fear anything. You can do whatever a guy can do." So that inspired me a lot of confidence, and he was even willing to send me from Manipur to Hyderabad on a train by myself without anybody accompanying me. So he instilled a lot of confidence in me. So I really am glad for him. And I also would like to, I mean, women say we are kind of stereotyped with like emotional burden a lot in the society. So anything that happens in the family, a lot of times the emotional burden falls on women. So again, from my experience, like when I was writing my towards the end of my PhD and when I was writing my thesis, my dad passed away. So for me at that time, it was very difficult to decide whether I want to continue in research, because I really wanted to be in research and do a postdoc, because you require a postdoc to be a good PI or to be in a good position. But then in order to do a postdoc, it means that I would have to leave India, because in India, I wanted to get better experience. So at that time, everyone was family members, like town people, everyone like was like, how can you leave your mom? She will be alone, because my brother was posted in another state. It was very, very difficult decision, but I think my mom kind of stood up for me at that time, and she said, it's okay, like we will manage somehow. If it's research that you want to do, go for it. So thanks to my mom and my dad, I mean, like, you really need support of women, because research is a very, very difficult career choice, because it is so much more failure than success. As Chirandita said, like, you fail in a day, you fail maybe even like 5-6 times, but then all those failure, it's like maybe some women, they describe childbirth, all those 9 months of pain. The moment you have the child in your arms, you forget all that. It's something like that. So support is like the core, I would say. Yeah.
And I think all the guys who have like their wives in scientific course, they also have to know that, the sacrifice doesn't come only from the woman. They have to sacrifice a lot, and they have to walk into that life knowing that they have to sacrifice equally. And that's what I tell my husband, because, we have no social life. Like in the beginning, it was just like trying to survive, getting food on the table, like, like wake up at 5 o'clock, we both run, throw the kid in the 6 o'clock. Even your kid has to sacrifice and then pick her up at 6 o'clock. We both arrive at 6, and then whatever scramble, whatever we have to eat, like you cook for the whole weekend. Like they have to know that. Unfortunately, sorry guys, I have to log out. My husband's leaving soon, so yam nungaizere mayam wari saba, and I'm really proud to know all of you guys. Sauba yade kitang gana thokte yadre.
It's fine today. It's fine. I can understand that.
Bye.
Hi.
But thank you very much for giving your time. Thank you, Chiche.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Okay, let's continue with Jamie. Okay, sorry. Like you can,
I just
can
wanted
go.
to add a single, like,
Yeah,
very
please
small
do,
point.
please do.
It's like it's in very much par with what Grace had told something about. So I just want to add that it all depends on how much you stand for yourself and how much confidence you have for yourself. No matter what, we must have this courage to fight for our dreams. So, and eventually it also depends on what crowd you choose to surround yourself with. So we choose the crowd which is inspiring and which is helpful, and you never know, you just climb on the ladders and become even more successful.
Very true.
Just point aina sum khanbada hoi women in science puri lai taragasu ko sigi kaino singse every time career gi ladder amada mathak chakpa matamda every time nupi gi kaino singse yamna handhare nupi gi masing yam handhare nupi gi participation yamna handhare nupi gi voice handhare ko si hoi science dana hena khara predominantly layena haiba tai ko like the academic system je moina semakpa matamda थाइनदगी लेरको मतमदा सिजे already male dominated ओरकनेबा अदु हजिपुदी यामना चेंज लाइरेको मोय डाइवर्सिटी इंक्लूसिविटी काइना यामना लेरगा यामना नुपी प्रमोट तौनबा होटनरिको अदु टारगो sometimes in अखोय पुनसीदा अखोयना कनो decision ama lawba matamda it's not just about finding the right answer ka अखोय मरक मरकता अखोयगी it's about asking the right question hoi answer du khatang na te aseng bagi di right question du hangaga aina tawri basi chumibra aina tawribasi kai yam urpa yai aduga kitang visionary oiba amsu changi ko aduga it's not just about like women in science. Every time when you go up the career ladder, you will find less and less women. Ado si a fake ne sing bagidi. Yeah, si kata ne income. Aduga yes, I also want to give my credits to my parents. Aduga I give boyfriend I give boyfriend so adu PhD ki matam da I experiment se loiram dai natraga akhoi loi project ama loina na ba khotna ba matam da akhoi je yamna kaini matha yam saeba yamna tense oi adu kanda kai hani mateng pirakpa everyone colleague who has given who has taken a role in my life until now in my career. Shout out to them. I don't know.
ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤꯗꯨꯗ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯌꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯅꯨꯄꯤꯁꯦ ꯍꯟꯊꯔꯛꯄꯗꯣ ꯑꯩꯅ PhD ꯇꯧꯕ ꯂꯦꯇꯔꯁꯦ I am the only girl ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯣꯖꯥꯅ girl ꯑꯅ ꯀꯧꯔꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯅꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯈꯪꯉꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯩ ꯈꯨꯗꯤꯡꯃꯛ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯁꯦ every level wherever I go I'm the only girl I'm the only girl but I'm proud of it. So
Moving on, I guess.
Oh, I network to kitang slow bini mayam. Load taw yada ba ingonda adugi tahawdare. I give you haidaragadi ko. I mean, when women in science, so like from a Manipuri or like from a Manipur, a platform by the youths of Manipur, that gave me a sense that like for me especially, like I was brought up by single mom. Like my dad passed away when I was really young.
It's okay, Jay.
Sorry.
take your time, it's okay.
Please take your time. Please take your time.
So masagi akhoi imana ko he had the trust on me and
You're really strong, Che. Despite that, Mamana so trust the way matungina you have reached this stage. Hosigi obanga mini. You're very strong, Che.
Well, adumaina haitare ngasagi yamna like without any bias cause she trusted me and get the whole support, to do what I wanted to do, and I was lucky and blessed enough to get the opportunity to go to like from one level to the other. That was basically my brought up, and I was really proud that she and other women who brought up every one of us, they had done a great amazing work, like especially raising of girls at this level. And marriage, I have to say, after having the baby, my life completely changed almost. And for me, like, my husband was here and baby was here. The baby was with me for 1 year. And I had like a very hard time managing. And my husband had a full support emotionally. He couldn't come to US in the middle, leaving his job and stuff like that. And it would have been a lot of adjustment for us to do. So we decided, like, we tried to have our life back in India. And for all this time, like, the support that he has given me has only made me do and try to like finish my work. And so I really thank for all the support that he has given us and our marriage. Yeah, so that's basically what I want to say.
Okay. You're very strong, Chiche. I'm saying this again. Repeat Hanjan Hanjan Taure, I'm strong, Chiche, and all of you are very strong, I would say that. My am strong, strong, begin at see stage se yoba ngamini mayam hojik yoba ngamise, and from all of you, from meeting all of you mayam student mayam amasu yamna inspired oirangani na khale that nupi sing yam weak oy na consider tawbagi amale ado weak oy day we can do akoi gai hotna babu layadi if we have a proper goal akoi hot hotnar ba hard work pu taw taradi so you didn't achieve tawba ngamgani habadu. I think you guys set an example. And everyone like akoi loima time different time John the banina it's like akoi yamna di deeper makha yamna di changning bani makha che hoi kamai work story science da kaman ba mayam ma changning dubu I think we're really sorry akoi time limit se si katang oi badina akoi taw ngamdre but akoi mayam lakpiduna inspired tawbai da makta mayam yam thagatchari I think akoi session se solution jarage na side
can I
matang
just
solution jarage
can I
akoi
just
mathangda
add
mayam go amuk hena yeah sure please do I'm sorry please do
yeah just one message for the people yum da leiba missing the ko hojikti hojikki khwaibaru hojikti corona tauribani na pandemic covid is so like please take care take precautions when you go home aduga comorbidity katang nabani haiba comorbidity katang sibani haiba gi like thopodo adu tobiganu don't panic but you know everybody and anybody is vulnerable anything can happen to anybody so if possible please stay at home take precautions and stay safe my prayers are with you all
hoi je akoi hoi closing sida kaino makatang amak topic amakatang sida haraga mayam lotion minerals na consider tawi ai
Sorry, I
chichi hoi
couldn't hear
gaina
the host. Am I audible?
yes
yeah you're audible now.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
What I was saying
yes,
is we're wrapping up.
to all the sorry, I missed some part of the conversation, so just catch me up on
Yeah,
it. Like,
it's okay.
is this the closing, or
yes
we're still?
Yeah, I'm about
This
to.
is the closing. Okay.
I'm about
So
to
my
close it.
message to all the people out there. What Lakshmi said is very true, and in terms of making yourself productive or I don't know, taking advantage of these times, I guess we are at an age where we're kind of connected to everything globally through internet. So make good use of it. Internet can be both useful and can be both harmful as well. Make good use of it. And for those of you who are interested in research, and I mean, this is a good time maybe to start considering whether you wanted to be in, or those who don't like to do research but are interested in science, there are many other career options. Like if you're an artist, you're good at drawing, science communication, science illustration is also very much in demand. And those who are good with programming skills, I mean, although some of us are biologists and experimental biologists or working on experimental stuff, many of the times we're not able to do data analysis. So for people with programming skills, you have a lot of opportunities. So I think there's a whole lot of things you can do. So maybe now is a good time to make use rather than other unproductive stuff that you can do. Yeah, and please stay safe and be healthy. Yeah.
So as we close, I closing to the close tauzer again khalle ado mayam the last oin advice amakhatag haide khoigi younger girls ai khoigi topic se mainly khoi nupi sing student na nupi naha sing su inspire tawna bane na khoi tauzer bane duna khatang naha oriba nupi woman girl student sing sida chichi hoi gaina kai haibi ningi kai advice pi ningi habadum tanga haibiramo aduga khoi aduga loina na khoi session se close tauzer again
ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅꯗꯤ ꯀꯣ ꯀꯟꯐꯤꯗꯦꯟꯁ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯀ꯭ꯋꯦꯁꯟ ꯍꯪꯕ ꯀꯣ ꯀ꯭ꯋꯦꯁꯟ ꯍꯪꯕꯁꯦ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯗꯔꯀꯥꯔꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯖꯁ critical analysis adagidi question wahang hangba just nang pekha ama natraga kainoma entrance exam ama nang thaba matamda nang take tawduni phana dagi mi nu puthoga leiraba khangaga leiraba answer ne ba ko adu natte ba hosi pamse you have to start thinking critically ko aduga hana leiramiba hypothesis oigera hana leiramiba establish tawga leiramba kaino port ama oigera adu challenge tawba ngamakpa adu gumbagi wakhalon chelhaningi ai nupisingda aduga kasu mi mamanga tumna lerka lungdabani haibasi kasu leite ko you just have to come out ko aduga nasana ke haini aina right question hangba ngamado adu yam darkar ne khal
Okay, thank you very much for the advice. Yeah, please, Chiche.
So,
Please, Chiche. Please, Sangita.
for all the girls out there, you have to keep the focus of what you want and with the right attitude and, with a positive attitude. Don't get discouraged. Like if you are in scientific career, and especially like in research area, there is a lot of ups and downs, and it's not always like, the brighter side. It's like once you get into a thesis and like it's a long journey and it can be lonely. So you have to have the right attitude and be positive and be confident of what you're doing and don't lose focus. And I think that will take you, being positive will take you for a long while.
Okay, thank you very much, Chiche Sangina.
Yeah, I hazardigo.
Hi, Chiche.
Nang nasana na nasate confidence leba ado nang nasana tawdo id what you want have do nang sum thado idabni nangi apamba decision lawa matamda you need to convince your parents or you need to convince your surrounding nang tawba ngamgani hai tari na nang ngamgado thabak to adi nang apamba you can choose any field whatever adu dasna nangi family dana na tawningi badu convince tawngam tadi first nangi family nangi parents nangi ima baba adu convince tawngam tadi rest of the world is very easy to convince means nangi khwaidagi nungsijaba nangi damakta phana ba khali parents bu convince tawtadi others they don't care whether what you want to do or where you go aduna convince tawba adu nang nasada confidence leba and do whatever you want nangi apamado adu de adum taw adu duna khwaidagi punsida nangonda khwaidagi aina tawjarubasigi ayi phangzabado whatever is good or bad you will take it happily aduna adum fazana channa phangzagane na khale aduga there are many careers option nakhuna adum khaning khane hojiki engineers and doctors aduga science ka tang tawdam ni honate there are many fields hojiki computers ki jug ni nakhoi internet lere you can explore any fields or nakhoi na kai gumba khangning laita ju you can ask to anybody which is out there nakhoi dum moi email address ta kai dum connect tawba yai adum hangba yai aduga nakhoi ki matam do afabarom de seasonal hai tadi whenever you have time you should koi hazikan di mama mapa koi parents to help kana angang oiringai da mapan thokan da chak thong haitabagi problem kai ka mayam am thengne aduna home dagi dum koi khazi ima ipa gi mateng pang ba kai do nang ale gan housing ma friend le gan chak thong bine kana thong bine kana mate you have to put yourself you have to make this aduna ai bu haizo hai di everything khat loina hai ba hai pese yam kanai ba family gi aduna mama gi mateng pang ba parents gi mateng pang sem kanai ado hojiki hai di matamnina ma'am chikshina layo adi noi is important you are the most precious person in the world nakui horai ba ngang nupi macha sing se adigi maru ba mim ne one day you will become a mother mama mana ne ba keno sem dei se dei na noi is precious oi nakui chikshina layo phajana hono kan hono apam ba noi na pam ba em to phangna bai damak ta kan hono.
Thank you very much, Jay. Thank you. Jay Grace, do you have any message? Okay, Jay Vijayalakshmi, yeah, please go first.
I kona hai kaide.
It's okay, it's okay. I'm trying to interrupt someone, so I feel that please go ahead.
Okay, it's like Cheran Chitana hai gi do aduga adum imparo hai tare id nang na apamba do tawzaba you learn chawrak pakanda loinamak tamjanba not just the ones you learn things you learn from school you learn from everywhere and imbibe all the good things and also nang na pamjaba whether it be doctor engineer be it science be it fashion industry be it cooking or nang na pamjabado adum taw adu setback ta hongano I don't think about no girl is there in that field because there can always be a first woman in that field so inspire to be what you want aduga I message bu don't let anything set you back and like I pray that all your dreams come true for all the young girls out there.
Thank you, Chiche. And last, Jay Grace, some message to the young students out there. Jay Grace, is it audible?
Whoever has any speaker, just speak out. Like I.
Yeah, please.
Sorry, I cannot hear the host. So can someone like kind of catch me up again?
She's
I don't know
asking
what's
you to about your message to the young girls.
to the young girls. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have much to add beyond what Vijay Lakshmi said. I think she put the points across very strong and very crisply. Maybe what I can add is in our society, I don't know, amongst girls sometimes, okay, this might sound a little bit stereotypical, but let me just put it out there at the risk of being stereotypical.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Amongst girls, we have sometimes this tendency to be very extremely critical of ourselves and of our own female friends. Okay, so I think it's time that we stop this very toxic behavior, be it like out of jealousy or like selfishness. I mean, it's okay, like there is competitive, but there should be constructive and healthy competition. The toxic environment, I guess, we tend to avoid it. And also like it's really good to be to know what you want and to go for it, but it shouldn't be at the risk of losing respect for the authority and for the parents who brought you up with a lot of care. They, whatever they say or they want for you, they do it out of love, not out of something that they want to impose or project their aim in life on you. So I think it's good to have a fine balance of stating what you want and not being not coming across as a very rude and overbearing person. So as Vijay Lakshmi said, choose your friends wisely, be in an environment or surround yourself with friends who will support you, who will kind of uplift you, and not be around friends who always tries to pull you down. And all the best for your wishes. And in case you all want to reach out in any form, be it career guidance or anything, I guess we will be willing to help you with anything as far and as much as we can. So yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thank you very much, mayam. Advice mayam gidamak, advice bibiriba mayam du gidamakta mayam na thagatchari. Mayam hauzik session se haidi makha tana di mayam su hainingba adagi aina su khangning mayam ama leizari adubu time se limited oi mayam su time different zone da loimak leibani na loimak kitang pharak tana rangani haina consider tawi ado mayam atopa haibi ningiba leibiri bra cheche atopa opinion share tawningba
Sigi session je yam nungai.
And I'm really glad
good
to meet
initiative.
other people.
Yeah.
From because I already know Che Ranjita and Vijay Lakshmi, but I'm really happy to know other
Yeah. Get to know others.
I already ahamba loy unaba ngakta ko aduna yam nungai.
Sure.
Hana khangde
Sahi tungda hedi ya pabo isano hedi grow to boy isano pabo isano mayangi seba zana to isano.
Amen.
Thank you very much, mayamgi thauzaldagi MitSna koina sana chatpa ngamba oijage. Ngasigi oinadi mayam swaida loishinjarage mayamgi queries mayam chiche mayam da hangbiningba queries later su koi mayamgi chiche mayamgi email ID soidana MitSna house na pijage mayam MitSna house da contact tobiro makha ta ba khangning mayam later su akoi soidana MitSna house ki through the help tawna ba hotna jage makata ba sigumba inspiration mayam ga deeper conversation events ko loinana koi lakpa ngamna ba hotna jage ngasigi da maktadi thagatchari mayam bo. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for letting us speak also.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, MitSna. Yes. Bye.
Aduga loisinjar pada akoi students sing the inspire tawnaba akoi puthokchabani program ase mayam amata su inspire tarangani haina thajai especially nupi sing da science ki lamda khongda ba inspire tarangani haina thajaba magaloinena akoi ngasigi program ase loisinjarage aduga program sing akoigi beyond the door webinar gi program sing pangthok charakliba asi asoingang yaudana akoigi hotna menariba MitSna gi executive members sing mingoina pancharabada Chiro Mairaba Ronaldo aduga Chingkhei Wangjambu thagat pa phongdok chari mayam akoi sigumba education amadi career ga mari leinaba program ga loina na lakpa ngamnabagi damakta mayam tagi thaujal ni chari ngasigi damakta di swaida loisinjage. Thank you everyone. Good night.